Today, I want to talk about having consistent out of body experiences where it's over and over again. It's happening all the time. You don't have to try to make it happen. You don't have to use some type of special technique or tactic to make it happen. It's something that becomes very natural for you. And the way in which you do that, the key to all of that is simply perception shifts. In other words, you shift how you perceive reality. Change how you perceive situations that you experience in this reality so that your frequency is in more alignment with your true self, which is your soul self, which is your galactic self, which is your higher self. That aspect of you that is projecting itself in all of these various realities, including this one. That soul of you that's made up of spirit. That aspect of you is the you that you, as a human, need to align with. Your frequency needs to emanate that type of frequency. And so for that to happen, you have to shift how you perceive the various situations that occur in this reality that you're in. So there's things that happen that are unpleasant, don't stay and dwell in that energy of it being unpleasant. Why is this happening to me? I do this, I do that, I can't believe, and all of that. Don't stay in that frequency. Yes, you want to express how you're feeling, express that you don't like it, then go back to, okay, this is happening for a reason, a bigger picture reason that I'm not seeing right now. There's an opportunity here because there's always an opportunity in every circumstance, every situation, there is an opportunity. The thing is, you don't want to trick yourself into thinking positive, right? Everyone tells you to think positive. No. You don't, because a lot of times when people are thinking positive about something, they're trying to trick their brain into thinking that this is a positive thing. It's not about how you think about it. It's about how you feel. If you're not feeling positive, then the outcome that you want is not going to be the way you want it to be. You're not tricking your soul into thinking that everything is all good and all that. Everything is all good, but if you as a human being don't feel that way, then it's not going to be that way. Do you understand? It's not about what you think. Oh, this is happening to me. There's a bigger picture thing. I believe it. I'm thinking positive, da. But how are you feeling? Do you know that this is happening to benefit you and you just don't see it yet? Do you know it? Are you allowing yourself to be your true self that truly knows that there's a bigger picture to all of the situations and circumstances that are unpleasant? Or are you tricking yourself? Stop trying to trick yourself. It doesn't work. Your feelings are what shifts things, not how you think. And you've got to go beyond belief into knowing. Beliefs change all the time. But when you know something at the core, like you know, there is no changing. You know. But when you believe something that changes and all these other things because people are thinking themselves into believing certain things instead of feeling the resonance of something and knowing that this is how it is. So people are stuck in thought loops, focusing so much on doing instead of being, thinking instead of feeling, and techniques and tactics instead of frequency emanation. The frequency you emanate matters more than tactics. And so when it comes to yoga, meditation, and all these various spiritual practices, the whole point of all of that is to get you to emanate a certain frequency. It's not about the tactics and the techniques and all of that, because people focus so much attention on, am I doing this right? And all these other things. It's not about that. It's to get you to emanate a certain frequency. So you can do the step-by-step technique, the tactic of breathing a certain way and moving a certain way and worried about whether it's right or all of that. Or you can simply shift how you perceive reality, because that will lead you to the same thing, which is a different energy that you're going to be surrounding yourself with and emanating from yourself, which means that you'll emanate a different frequency, a frequency that's more in alignment with your true self. So this brings me to talk about emotions, because how you perceive shifts your emotions, and your emotions in this reality shifts your frequency. So just think about it. Something happens. And if you feel negatively about it, you're going to emanate a frequency that's not in alignment with your true self. Compared to something happens and you are ecstatic about it. You're happy, everything's all good, you know it's a wonderful thing. The frequency emanation from that emotion that is just happy is going to be more in alignment with your true self. You're at peace with it. You experience a state of just, this is it. Yep. That's true self right there. And so you've got to be in that state and emanate that frequency again in order for the things that you want to happen. So in order for you to have consistent OBEs, which you will, because the thing is, you're now shifting how you perceive reality and situations and circumstances in your life. You're either going to be neutral about it or you're going to be ecstatic about it. And that's going to be more in alignment with your true self, emanating that frequency, meaning that you're now going to be expressing yourself more like your true self. And that automatically means that you're going to start having consistent out-of-body experiences. Because out-of-body experiences, remember, is simply you being aware of other aspects of self. That's what it is you being aware of these other aspects of yourself, these other parts of you, these other aspects of you that your true self has projected itself in all these other realities. You're now aware of these various parts of self. They always been there. They're in other timelines, if you will, parallel realities, if you will, lifetimes, if you will, whatever you want to call it. They already exist. They're already there. Your OBEs are memories of that, because those memories are things that are happening right now. A galactic memory is very different than the memory that we have here, where we think of something that had already occurred, so something in the past, and we remember it, compared to a galactic memory is a memory of a you that's occurring right now in a parallel reality. Okay? So when you have your out-of-body experiences, you're literally aware because you opened up a memory of this aspect of self that's in another reality, another realm, another world. And you're experiencing from the perspective of that aspect of self. So the more that your frequency is in alignment with your soul self, your galactic self, the more your natural ways of being is going to happen in this reality. And OBEs is a natural way of being because they're memories that have opened up and they're just awarenesses of other aspects of you that are happening. Same thing with clairaudience, clairvoyance, all the various psychic abilities, all of that, all of the mystical experiences is part of who you naturally are. That's it. In this reality, there's so many situations and circumstances that occur that we do not like. And when you do not like it and you stay in that frequency of not liking it, you block yourself from being your true self instead of shifting the way that you perceived what happened so that it's not even considered unpleasant anymore. So initially, you start off with, it's unpleasant, I don't like it. Allow yourself to express your emotions that you don't like it, whatever. Then get back to, okay, there's an opportunity here. The more you start doing that, eventually what's going to happen is when things happen that most people would think, or the old you would think is unpleasant, you're not even going to see it as unpleasant anymore. It happened. Okay, it happened. It's not even going to affect you at some point. Okay? When you get to that point, those out-of-body experiences, back to back to back to back to back. You don't have to focus so much on, let me do this technique, this practice, this whatever to make it happen. Now, so you may be wondering, how can you get to the point of perceiving in that way? I said, allow yourself to express yourself, and eventually you see it as an opportunity and all of that. But how do you do that unless you tell yourself, okay, this is an opportunity, da da da. And I said not to trick yourself. No, don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself. It's not going to work. Oh, this is a positive thing. This is a positive thing. This is a great thing. Da 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 da. No, and you're not feeling that way. No, it's not going to work like that. Your brain's thinking one thing, and your heart is like, I don't know. No. Don't try to trick yourself again. So then how do you shift your emotions if you don't work with the way that you're thinking? You have to know who you are. That's number one. When you know without any doubt, not believe, when you know who you are from your essence, not in this reality, who you are in this reality, when you know, and I mean you know without a doubt who you are when it comes to the core essence of you, the spirit of you, that you're an aspect of all there is, and that you understand that you know what that means. You know where you came from. You know who you are. Everything else becomes easy. Because when you know your creator, then you know that you have control over all the aspects of self and all the situations and circumstances. You understand it. But you have to know, not believe, because believe is you got to know. I see people all the time talking about this, but it's all belief to them. It's all belief. They'll go from one belief to the next belief and worried about who said this and that person. They keep shifting beliefs. Beliefs shift all the time. When you know who you are, that's not going to shift. You know your name. If someone tells you that, no, your name is something else, you're just going to just believe that, no, you know who, you know, that's your name, right? So just like you know your name, you got to know who you are and where you came from. That's number one. Once you know who you are, where you came from, all of that, then you tap into the power of that. That's number two. And then number three, lastly, you integrate the essence of you, the power that you tapped into, with the you that you know yourself to be here, with the human you. There's an integration, a syncing that happens. You understand? So you know who you are, you tap into the power of who you are, and you integrate your essence, the essence of who you are, with the version of you that's in this reality. That is how you shift your perception about things, because that is how you're able to manage your emotions. It is going to be extremely difficult for you to manage your emotions if you don't know yourself from your essence point of view. Extremely difficult if you don't understand all of that. And also, when you know who you are, you can be who you are. You can express that. Then your discernment will be on point. Then you're able to make decisions that make the most sense for you. But if you don't truly know yourself, you're not going to be able to make decisions that's going to make the most sense for you. And you're going to be going down a path that's not for you, and things are going to happen that you're like, well, why is this happening? And all these, and it's just a whole loop in the circle that's just happening over and over and over again. And you need to get out that loop. Knowing who you are, tapping into your power, and integration is what I focus on. Those are the three phases of the Mystical Ease framework, a framework that is for people who are already having out-of-body experiences or are on the brink of having out-of-body experiences, but they want it to be more consistent. They want it to be naturally consistent, not with doing all these external things to try to make it happen, but being who they naturally are, so it just happens. And so those three phases assist you with that. I teach that. I express that. I'm all about that. I guide people through that in the Mystical Recall Inner Circle. And so if you're interested in that, all you have to do is simply go to mysticalrecall.com and then click on Inner Circle. Now, this is something where you'll have immediate access to on-demand videos that explain the whole framework, the three phases. In addition to that, every single week we meet live. Every single week we meet live on Zoom, and I'm guiding people through any challenges that they're having. And it's very interactive. You can speak up, say what you want to say, and I'm going to help you out, and you'll meet other people that are going through the same things that you're going through. So even if you don't want to say anything, you just sit back and listen. You'll hear what others that are like you are going through, what challenges they're having, what they're experiencing. And what's interesting is the synchronicities in the people that are within the group, within the community, within the membership. There's a lot of synchronicities that happen, okay? a lot. All right. And so you'll be a part of that and you'll experience that. In addition to that, you don't have to wait in order for the live sessions to come. I'm in the community every single day. All you have to do is at me, and I'm there, and I'm answering. Every day, you have access to me. Everyone in there has access to me. I'm not leaving you hanging with some videos, and then that's it. And then every now and then, maybe once a month or every 2 months or whatever, I do some type of live. No, this is every single week. And in addition to that, you have access to other people within the community, and you can at each other. You can communicate with each other. You can collaborate with each other. You can help each other. You know what I mean? So you have access to other people that are like you, not just me. It's not just about me. It's also about you guys coming together and assisting each other and supporting each other as well. Okay? So, and that is happening in there, and you can be a part of that. Another thing is I want to mention that there is no set, how long is this going to be and all that. You determine how long you want to be in there. There is no contract. That's the word I was looking for, contract. There's no contract. There's no long-term this or that. It's monthly or quarterly. You depend on how you want it. You want to go monthly, you want to go quarterly, it's up to you. And you can cancel at any time. I don't hide the cancel button. I don't make you have to contact support to cancel all that kind of stuff. You just go right into your profile, the billing section. You click cancel. It's over. You won't be billed anymore. It's up to you. I'm leaving it all up to you. You work this how you want to work it. And I want to be clear that I want to keep this small. I want to keep it a small group. I haven't decided what's the maximum number or anything like that, but I want to keep it a small group because I really want to help people out. I want to be an intimate group, a connection that people have with each other. And I want people to be able to have access to me and me be able to assist other people. If it's too many people in there, there's no way I can do that, right? So at some point, I'm going to have to put up a waiting list again or do some type of shut it, close the doors or whatever you want to call it. And other people cannot get in once I get there. We're not there yet, but once I get there at some point, I'm going to have to close it because I want it to stay small and intimate and easy to manage and help people. All right. So I just want to put that out there. Now, getting back to consistent OBEs and how the frequency that you're emanating matters in the techniques and the tactics and all of that to get to being able to emanate that frequency. I want to say this, that a lot of people are doing things backwards. They're focusing so much on these special meditations, these special yoga practices, these special spiritual practices that the ultimate spiritual practice is going to get you to do this and that and all these other things. That's backwards. Be yourself first. Know how to be your true self and express your true self first before doing all these special techniques. Because when you are yourself, the consistency will be there. When you do the special techniques and practices, you'll be able to do things at will. So, being who you naturally are helps with consistency. It's just automatic. The techniques and tactics of spiritual practices, certain ones, will help with doing it at will. And that has to do with intention. When you intend something, it will happen. But first comes consistency. Let it be consistent. And it just happens when it happens consistently. And then when you want to have more control over when it happens, like you want to do it right now, that is when techniques and tactics come into play. Don't do that first. It's like what people are doing is the equivalent of trying to learn algebra, and they don't even know how to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. You've got to know the basics first before you move on to this other thing. And that other thing that you're moving on to, that's not even at the highest level, right? Algebra is not the high level math. It's higher than adding or subtracting or multiplying, dividing. But this is just a way, algebra, to know how to work out formulas. But there are higher levels of mathematics for a more in-depth or more advanced, complicated formulas that need to be figured out, right? The add, subtract, multiply, and divide with math in this analogy is something you learn in elementary school. Well, let's go back to elementary school with your out-of-body experiences and stop trying to go to middle school and high school with it. Start with elementary school. And quite honestly, Being consistent, that's actually kindergarten. Okay, and I'm not trying to be any type of, so take that how you want to take it, but I'm serious. Like when you are naturally, truly yourself, that is a kindergarten lesson to be you. All right. Then you work on things on top of that and go through that elementary level, then the middle level, and then the higher level. But it starts with knowing who you are, then tapping in to that power of self, then integrating that. Okay. Now you can add the more advanced things that gets you to be able to do things at will. And again, that is where techniques and tactics come into play. But starting there makes it more difficult for people, because what usually happens is someone will start and they do all the techniques and tactics, the spiritual practice, and they're like, oh, that doesn't work. So I'm going to go to the next one. That doesn't work. This one works, but it's all sometimes and whatever. I need something that's more that works all the time and da 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 da. And then you just go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and you'll forever be doing all these spiritual practices, and none of them are what you thought it would be. When actually all of them work very well, but you weren't ready for it yet. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the people that are doing the equivalent of trying to learn algebra at the same time that they're learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. They hadn't learned the basics first, then move along. And so a lot of people are doing that when it comes to spiritual practices. They're learning all these high level things while at the same time trying to learn the basics. And it's just too much. It's too much. When all you need to do is get back to your essence, knowing who you are, and not allowing all the situations and circumstances that are happening to other people in this world affect you. You've got to do the things that's going to allow for you to emanate the frequency that is in alignment with the soul you, your true self, and be who you naturally are. It's really that simple. But when are you going to allow for yourself to experience what you want to experience, the consistent OBEs and other mystical experiences that you want to have? When are you going to allow for yourself to just know yourself before you do all the fancy stuff? When? So again, when you're ready to know who you truly are and tap into that and integrate that and be and express that self and have the consistent out-of-body experiences and emanate the frequency that's going to allow for you to not allow the frequencies of this world that are lower vibrational to interfere with you, go to mysticalrecall.com, click on Inner Circle. You're welcome to join us, and I'll see you on the inside.